picture of Wraith from the last session you just throw on.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. He doesn't have a
I
picture.
was never given one.
You just take a screenshot from your last session.
Oh, you
Wraith,
mean
quick,
that
send us your
picture.
mugshot. Send us your mugshot.
We're live, by the way.
Oh, okay, it's fine. We'll just sit here and talk. Wraith, send
Yeah,
me a send me a picture of you.
I don't have one on hand. That's the pain.
I can just go back on
I can MS
your
Paint
last
something.
video and just screenshot one.
Don't you have one of Valorant that you send Danger?
Yeah, like forever ago.
Get a stoic picture of Wraith. That one's perfect. Hold on.
Making me log into Twitch just to see this picture now. Got it.
Oh, you put one there.
I PM'd you.
Oh my god, that's.
I posted
Oh
one.
my god. Oh, hold on, I'll be nice and use race. Oh my gosh, so
What's
extra.
perfect, though?
Look at
I'll put it in party chat.
which one should I use? Which one?
Oh my god.
Not that one.
That was literally after he rolled like his third one or something like that.
Oh.
Hmm?
Let's see.
Whatever, bitches. I got girlfriend kisses.
That rhymed.
Downloads. Whoop, not that. What's that?
All right. In the meantime, while you play with Wraith's face,
Go ahead and do the
welcome back, everybody, to our
No, I was
weekly
opening up
D&D
stable
sessions.
diffusion.
You guys hear me okay? Everything's good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Welcome back. So last time, you guys escaped the abyssal plane, ended up in some desert. I don't know if you guys determined. I think you guys determined where exactly in Niflheim you guys were. You ended up in Devil's Tongue, in a place called Hashiki's Pit, where you battled. Well, you stopped the resurrection of the Prince of Pain, otherwise known as who? Radix? What's your
Rift
brother's name?
Nocturne.
Rift Nocturne. Stop the resurrection of Rift with the Javelin of Death thrown by Kahir. You guys were able to destroy the priest that was casting the ritual, determined that it was a whole big thing set up by Merkel, who had stolen your crystals, and then conjured a whole bunch of elementals to fight you guys, including Jin or Genie, Jin, whatever you want to call it. A very strong one called an Efri, I believe it's called or pronounced. I'm sure Zephyr will, Efredi. And you guys defeated it along with the help of a newcomer, a tiefling man by the name of Igor Rashid, who is the first sword of Devil's Tongue. You guys retrieved your crystals, but before you retrieved them, you witnessed the death of the Death God, who was Wraith's patron, Cairo. Along with the crystal splitting even further into 6 pieces. You guys have retrieved 5. The 6th black piece is currently in Merkel's possession. You guys retrieved your 5 crystals. As you each picked up one of the pieces of the crystals, the ones that you were drawn to, You each should now have a specific color in your inventory. I believe for Hearn was green, Valence was blue, so forth. Each of you has a particular crystal, and that particular crystal houses a god that favors you. You guys have now determined that the gods were actually trapped inside the crystals. Upon understanding this, you all were drawn into Valence's crystal and met the goddess Ilun, who is a mithril dragon, in which she posed a question to Valence to break his oath with the god of death. Now that he's dead, pretty ironic that the god of death is dead, but to break that oath and to, basically reform a new oath with the god of prophecy, Ilun, who Wraith, I believe your character Valence did accept. And I said we'll give you some benefits. We talked about a couple of them, but I didn't go through them all. So we'll probably do that at the end of this session. There shouldn't be anything that you need today in regards to combat. Most of the stuff is going to be combat based. So we'll go over that at the end of this session. Just to remind me. After your discussion with the god of prophecy, who gave you a ton more information about the world and what was happening, and a little bit more in regards to why and how and all that good stuff, you guys were transported back out and led to Igor's house in Death's Desert. He said his little daughter was cooking dinner, and you guys were welcome to come and rest, eat, and decide where you guys want to go next. And that's where we're going to return today. The game has started, boys.
Sorry, I was fixing my camera.
Okay.
There.
You all look dirty.
Oh, this is a small house.
Lena, be polite. These are our guests.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've definitely been living a very interesting life, little one.
That we have.
Well, if there is a bath outside, if anyone wants to take a bath.
Oh, that's
Points
good.
out the window to the north, right past the stove, which has some type of bubbling stew. Smells quite good.
We're how far into the Death's Desert are we currently?
We're not in Death's Desert. I'll bring you guys over to a map
Yeah.
so you guys
Map.
can fully understand exactly where you are.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're in Niflheim.
You are
That
in Hashiki's Pit in Devil's Tongue, directly west of Niflheim's Union. Almost as far west as you can go.
Okay.
Igor repeats himself. Oh, you're not in Death's Desert. You're in Devil's Tongue, home of the Tieflings.
Right. Sorry.
Igor and the first sword of Devil's Tongue.
Hey,
They're quite a funner.
is this stew vegan?
Is
I've not a
lizard
clue.
vegan? I don't know if lizard's vegan. You guys eat lizard?
No. How come everywhere we go, it's always meat?
First
We're in
of
the middle
all,
of the desert. You see crops outside? There's some tomatoes. We can stew that up if you want that.
That sounds good.
They're sun-dried, though. Very sun-dried.
I have some extra jars. Maybe we can make some marinara.
well, I suppose we need to figure out what our next steps are. It is nice to have a little bit of a breath, though.
Oh, very powerful to take on those beasts. Igor, strongest in all of this place, but you all could hold your own. Didn't even phase you when those things attacked.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been used to combat lately, especially versus Merkel and her associates.
Igor eyes you very quickly, Thorin. You have an accent. High elf. Or wood elf.
Definitely an elf.
I hope you know I bear no ill will towards your kind. I know our ancestors have caused wars in the past.
I know, and I appreciate everything that you've done for my kind and my brethren, especially shipping off Rift Nocturne back to our homeland.
Yeah, you kind of look like us, except you don't have horns and your skin's pale. Stew's almost ready.
You mind if Kahir wash up? Kahir got sand in places where sand should not be.
Please do. You definitely sweat far more than any man I've been around.
Lena walks over to Yuki here, looks up at you.
I hope you don't break the shower. Come.
She leads you to the doors.
And
out
this one's a minor, Kahir.
He just kind of pokes his head back around. Hey, me have woman. Leave me alone.
Make sure you close the curtain. You don't want any bugs or lizards getting into your bath.
Oh, me find a lizard, me add it to this too. Thank you for showing me. Me be
Okay.
careful.
Soap's on the edge.
Hearn's just
What?
chopping up tomatoes. Do you have a bowl for these tomatoes?
I think it's behind.
He points to the west of the pot that's stewing on the stove. Where there's a whole bunch of like pots and pans and things that are clean, mostly clean, as clean as it can be.
Okay. Is there like a metal bowl? Or what
Yeah,
type of... Okay,
there's
grab
plenty,
one.
all different. Well, there's pottery. There's a couple of pots, metal pots, but no metal bowls.
I'll take a metal pot. I'm over here cutting.
So you're all on an adventure, huh? We don't get many of pointy ears elves in this area. Let alone, I don't know what these two are. You're halflings? You're quite tall for halflings. And that one outside is a Goliath, right?
He's definitely something.
Oh, we were told he's descendant of some kind of giant.
It makes sense. I mean, did you see him? Swords seem to like bounce off of him. It's weird.
Yeah, he's kind of an angry type.
He seems more like a gentle giant.
Yeah.
He's not angry type.
Well, he definitely jumps into fits of rage pretty regularly.
Um,
What about spices? You got any spices?
Oh, shit.
Fortunately, spices is one of our specialties here in Devil's Tongue. We have quite a few. Take your pick. They're all labeled. Lena does very well to make them herself. You can see there's quite a bunch of spices there, a pestle and mortar as well, in case you had any that you want to grind up yourself. It looks like Lena keeps things quite clean. She's probably the caretaker for the house. Doesn't look like there's a woman here. It doesn't look like a woman's touch. It looks more like a kid's writing. Some of the labels you don't understand; they're not in a language that you currently understand. Some of them are in common, though.
Mhm.
Are you looking for anything in particular? Parsley or basil?
Some of basil, oregano, garlic.
For the most part, yeah, you're able to find a lot of different dried up, crushed up spices.
Mm-hmm.
Again, all labeled. A few of them in cups with just a simple lid, some of them in shakers. But yeah, you can take pinches and handfuls of whatever you need and add it to your stew.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a few pinches of the basil or oregano or whatever I find that smells something similar to that, and then a little bit of pepper, and then grind that up.
Yeah, see,
I guess because I have proficiency.
We use
in...
spices for everything. Fortunately, the shit out here tastes really bad.
Yeah.
If you have a lizard without spice, I mean, it's terrible.
So, like, with my proficiency with herbalism, am I able to look at the herbs and detect if any of them could be helpful to, like, potion crafting or helping Thurin with that?
Yes. However, give me a roll of herbalism. So you just click on, I believe, the herbalism kit in your character sheet.
Oh,
it should
let me
give it a
find
roll.
it.
Should be at the left-hand side, halfway down.
Oh, there it
something
is.
like that.
It's in the other section. Did it work? Oh, hold on. I gotta do... What attribute would it be? Wisdom?
It's based off of nature, I think. So it's
Intelligence.
Intelligence? Okay.
You're doomed.
I mean, with a 5, even if it was higher, smelling all the different herbs and spices doesn't seem like anything that would help a healing potion or create a new potion.
Mm-hmm.
More like, again, this is used for flavoring. If you want to flavor a potion to taste like salt, I mean, you could. It tastes bad.
Okay. How about
That was a really bad roll, by the way.
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
How about
You rolled a 2.
what? It says 5.
I know you get a +3 for proficiency, but you
Oh
rolled
yeah,
a 2.
yeah. No, that's
It
okay.
was almost in that one.
Okay. Then my last question is, what about pepper? Like the spiciest thing that's on this table? How pungent is it?
There is a stash of like red pepper, which is quite hot. You take like a finger and put it to your tongue, and it's quite hot.
Okay. I'm gonna take one
Maybe
of my
a chili
herbalism.
pepper or something that was dried up and ground out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my one of my herbalism vials and just pour like just some of it. I'm not taking all of it, but just some of that. Pour it into a vial and then putting it back.
Take
in
as
my
much
bag.
as you need. We have plenty.
Okay. Well, then I'll just take
Take the whole
then. All right.
Lena
Thank you.
hates peppers.
I love pepper. All right. And then I'm gonna go
So
back
you
over
can add
here
red
and add
chili
that.
pepper or a vial of red chili pepper to your inventory.
Okay. And then I'm gonna add the seasonings except for the red pepper, and then just leave it on the table for now until we take the thing off the fire.
Hearn, you hear a sneeze behind you. Shoot!
As in towards the pot?
This direction. More like the seat next to you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look under the chair.
Underneath the chair, upside down, is Spindle.
Oh, Spindle! How did you get here?
Well, I am my own creature. I could phase in and out when I want.
Well, I hope that doesn't count against the amount that I can summon you.
Igor steps back as Spindle comes up on top of the chair. Begins to draw a sword.
Wait. He's with me.
Are you sure? We get some big bugs in this area.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's been with us the whole journey.
He begins to resheath his sword.
Hey guys, we got some lizards. What do you want done with them?
Here, roll me a 1d4. We'll see how many lizards tried to crawl in your bath as you were taking a bath.
2.
You've caught 2.
I'm going to
I mean, you can add them
cast.
to the stew if you want.
I'm going to
Okay.
cast.
Okay, what were you saying?
I'm going to cast a prestidigitation on all of us to clean our clothes.
Are you gonna do it on the lizards as well that was in the bathwater with gear?
No. Wait.
Okay,
Touch my lizards.
Oh, no, just on the clothes of all of us.
so you're just walking around and tapping everyone on the shoulder.
I don't have to touch it. I can just wave my finger. And just wave my finger
Okay.
and clean it. Everybody clothes.
It is in a 5-foot cube, so you have to
Yeah, I walk
manually
around it.
cast each one.
Yeah.
I mean, you're saying and doing things in order to do so.
Yeah.
Okay, here, what are you doing with your survival check? Cleaning them, skinning
Cleaning
them,
them, skinning them, prepping
taking
the
out
meat for it.
the rubbery parts,
Prepping them for this.
popping out the eyes. Yeah, I mean, you do it expertly, as if you've been doing this for years. You kind of draw upon the cleaning of fish in order to clean the scales off of the lizard. Just almost like it's natural for you, which it quite is. Very easily rip off all the skin, take off all the leather underneath it, and drop them into the stew. Oh, that's right. Spindle speaks up to you, Traherne. Again, Spindle doesn't speak in tongues, speaks in through your mind.
Right.
Speaks up. By the way, it's time for the tournament.
Wait, what?
It's tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. The day after tomorrow.
The
Think.
same tournament from the city that we were in?
Forget how time works over there. Rosegarden Kingdom, where Balance is from.
Wait,
I-
how do you know about the tournament of a different world?
Well, you're not hearing this at the moment, Orpheus.
Oh,
I look over to Thurin and Valens. I'm just like, did you guys know that the tournament's tomorrow?
What tournament?
It's been no
At the-
whispers.
Wait, no one.
Day after tomorrow.
Oh, the day after tomorrow. Sorry, at the Rosegarden Kingdom.
We
Is
need
that
to
it?
get going.
Already happened?
how do you know
It's
that
almost
though?
here.
It's almost here.
Yeah, Spindle was just telling me, as it was reminding me that it's the day after tomorrow.
But how does he know that though?
Because he's Spindle.
Well, Corvus has been recruiting people from Niflheim to join in the tournament as well. Seems he has a plan of uniting the two worlds rather than conflict. Although that kingdom that caused a lot of conflict is going to be participating as well. Hopefully things work out. But yeah, your sister told me she received a letter from, well, I don't want to spoil it, but one of the princes is joining in the tournament from our world. Well, your world.
What prince?
You have-
Dragonborn prince. The champion of the last Nocturne tournament. Thorin will probably know or recognize him.
Yeah. Thurin, who was the last champion from the tournament? The last tournament.
I'll give you a name,
Oh.
Thorin. It is Draco Roar. And I'll put it in the chat as well.
I was rolling to see if I remembered by 14.
You definitely do. You were there.
Yeah, I think the guy's name was Draco Roar. He won the last championship a few years back.
He's actually the king of the Dragonborn, not the prince. Spindle didn't have the most
I
up-to-date
see.
information. It seems that maybe his father passed away and he's now resided as king.
So
Yeah, I think
so
he's the king of their land.
the king or the prince? And then I asked Spindle, is it a king or a prince?
Well, he was a prince. I don't know if he's king now. Maybe his father died. Or his mother.
Okay. Well, and I'm just looking at the group. I was like, we don't have that long to get there. But do you guys want to explore some here before we go?
Nah, there's nothing but fucking desert out there, boy.
Is there not a shop? Is there a market?
No, the closest place is about a day and a half out.
Oh,
Me say we get rest and we try using our thing again.
Yeah, now that we all have a crystal.
with something
Wendell
in
speaks
it.
up. You won't have to touch each other anymore.
Oh,
Well, if we're about to go on a journey, I'm gonna cook this marinara first. So I'm gonna walk over here and throw this from the pot real quick.
Well, me
Yeah,
thinks
so
we
you-
should probably get rest tonight.
You
And
slide
then
over the
we
pot
try it
and
over in
put down
morning.
a second one.
Yeah. Well, I don't see any other supplies here. Do you? And I
Where are
asked,
you going? You guys going on a journey? Deserts could be quite rough.
can I telepathically? I guess I should have asked this before. Can I telepathically talk, even though I have
Yep.
that ability, even though I'm not in a
Part of your
transformation?
ability. Yes, it's
to
part
the-
of your
to
ability.
the group. Okay, so I just telepathically say to the group, like, should we tell them where we're going?
So while all this is going on, Thurin is like very inquisitively thinking about the crystals, and now that they're divided and each one of us has their own crystal, so like you'll see Thurin like not really paying attention to the group during this conversation, and he's just gonna reach his hand into his like back pocket, and he's holding onto the crystal and thinking about the Rosegarden Kingdom by himself, just to see what happens.
Thorin, roll
place
me.
you've never been to? That's weird.
Roll me a religion check and maybe a history check.
20 and 17.
All right, so we'll go with the history first. You were told in the beginning of this campaign that all of you have to be doing the same thing. You can't do the cantrip by yourself, even though the crystal is now split into 6 different parts or 5 different, plus the black crystal. The keepers themselves all have to be in the same trance. It can't just be one person. The religion check, however, which crystal piece do you have?
Red.
You begin to hear a voice in your mind. Kind of almost sounds like the voice of your brother, but definitely a little bit deeper. Speaks out to you and says, "My child, I am with you. I hope you have no fears about the journey ahead. Forgive your brother. He was not in his right mind, for drinking from the Everflow itself can twist and warp anyone's thoughts, even a god's. Keep the sun to your back, young prince. I'll continue to watch over you."
And Thurin kind of just like takes his hand out of his pocket and is just like looking around at everyone to see if anyone else heard that.
In
Rissinger-
replying to-
Was definitely heating up as well as you were communing with your crystal. Go ahead, Zeph.
Kahir, in response to Trahern's question to the group, he just did not hurt. I mean, we could just tell him we going to a tournament, and we'd be out of his hair in morning.
Here, I'm assuming you're probably whispering to Trahern. You can't respond in telepathy. Only Trahern can speak in telepathy.
Yeah, just kind of whisper
I mean,
to
it's-
him
yeah.
while we're next to the pods.
I mean, I guess it's up to you. Yeah, I agree.
Kahir kind of spins around after he adjusts and stirs the stew. Looks at Igor and he says, "Well, we going to tournament. Companion of ours is recruiting for a tournament in faraway place. That's where we go. We should be out of your hair by morning."
The Nocturne tournament's not until the winter.
It's not the elf, the pointy ear tournament. It's another one in my homeland.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I participate in the tournament every year. This tournament's happened now. Well, regardless, best of luck to whoever's participating.
We take you with
Hopefully
us
you
if we
win
could.
glory
but
and gold.
we don't have room.
What were you
Mr.
saying?
Hearns, Trahern's remembering the last time we tried to slip with someone and how well that worked out. So I just
I mean,
basically-
Igor doesn't seem to be
yeah,
interested in leaving his daughter behind.
yeah.
Or you know, seems like maybe he's more well versed with the winter tournament that's in Nocturne, which is the same one that you guys were just talking about, the king being the champion of.
Mm-hmm.
He seems more like a nonchalant guy, more interested in sticking to his deserts and doing his job. You know, being the first sword, he has a lot of responsibility, so he seems like he's just resting right now. Seems exhausted. Well, y'all feel free to make yourselves at home. Stay as long as you need to. Do have to get back to work in the morning, but you guys can stay the night. Lena will put some sheets out. If you have your own bedroll, at least you know you'll be warm tonight. The deserts can get quite cold. We'll turn up the furnace.
We appreciate your hospitality.
Big guy, make sure that stew isn't burning. Should be ready any moment now. Lena comes crashing out the door. Runs over to Kahir.
I drew this for you.
Literally a stick figure of a big guy with a big spear on his back. And a bar of soap.
My. You have talent, little one. Me thanks you. Me keep this with me.
She
Thank
runs over shyly to her dad. Sits next to him.
Kahir turns back to the stew and takes a smile, and he's like, "Yep, it done." Takes the pot off and brings it over to the table.
Her and yours is starting to bubble. If you want to start stirring your marinara sauce,
Yep. I'll
whatever you
start doing that.
concocted.
Yeah, stir it. I mean, it's just seasonings and tomatoes, so it should be fine. I'm just gonna go back over to this table and look for some sort of jar that I could put it in. Is there anything on this table like that?
Not like a glass jar, no. Again, this is mostly pottery and pots.
Mm-hmm.
You do have your own jars from your herbalism kit, along with some of your mugs that you collected from your coffees. Things that you've maybe finished
Yeah.
already or have gone bad and you've washed out, and you probably have some extra ones of those.
Yeah, I'll just use one of those then, the mugs.
Probably something with a stopper to keep it
Yeah.
fresh, keep
And
bugs out of it.
I'm just gonna ladle it out into the jar or into the mug, and come back over here and just sit on the table, let it cool for a minute, and I'll take this pot and put it over on the table so it doesn't burn.
Put it on the center table so everyone can have some.
If they want, yeah. They've never been interested in my vegan food before. Here, you guys want to taste this?
I'll try some
I'll try a little bit.
It's hot. Be careful.
and scoop some into a bowl and sit it down next to me.
Me thinks we stick with the lizard.
I bet it would taste good on the lizard.
That's
Well-
Little Lena for anyone interested.
Did you draw that yourself?
No. See, her horns and her tail is quite different than rest of us. She takes after her mother. Mother was a gray tiefling. Gray, blue, very similar in color. But see, the thing with Lena that's so special is her eyes. She doesn't have tiefling eyes.
Why is that?
She's special. Aren't you, sweetheart? He puts a hand on her head. She looks up at him very shyly. Seems very shy.
And so where's her mother?
Best not to talk about it at this moment.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But she's no longer with us. She's with the gods. Well, dig in, boys.
All right. Where are we all sleeping anyway? Are we staying here this night tonight?
Yeah, it's probably best you at least stay indoors. Again, the desert gets quite cold, so we'll turn up the furnace. You guys can roll out your bedrolls. We'll put some sheets out. You can stay here. The only rule is no one goes in Lena's room.
Fair.
Points to the room on the lower left-hand side. Igor begins to munch down some of the stew, cracking some of the bones from the lizard. Just eats it whole. Doesn't even worry about the bones. See, the best part about this, when you stew them, you can eat the bones. They're like rubber.
I'm good.
Mighty tasty.
Tomorrow, when we go to the Rosegarden Kingdom, we'll eat far better, very well, I'm sure.
I mean, I take out my night ration lab and I was like, I mean, if you guys need more food, here you go, I don't need it. And I play the night ration food on the table.
Oh, what is this made of?
I think some of them is crocodile, some of them is, I forgot. Cause he repaired them a while back.
Tastes like something the gnomes would make. Quite
Yeah.
exquisite.
You can try them. I don't need them.
Appreciate it, thank you. He
Yeah.
begins munching on the crocodile rations. Quite good, you know.
That's all can hear.
Me fisherman by trade. We do lots of cooking. A family big on feasts. So
You must, pardon the pun, but feel like a fish out of water in the desert.
yes, me do we miss the water.
Hopefully,
to
the
cast
next
the
place you
line.
go will be closer to the ocean than this place. Although to the west is not too far from the ocean. Let's take Lena to the beaches on the west coast at some point. It's quite beautiful in the summer.
So Igor, how many people live in this town of yours?
Just myself and Lena.
Oh, what about other people at the church?
Well, you're not from here. The tieflings, we spread out. We have our own small portions of land. We come together on certain points of the year or big events, like you interrupted
So
this morning.
what was that event
But-
supposed to be?
Well, they told us it was going to be a miracle, a resurrection of someone that was very important to this world. But I had my suspicions when a tiefling woman that we've never met before showed up with a huge diamond and begging the priest to take care of summoning ritual or the resurrection ritual. I'm not too familiar with that kind of stuff. Long story short, they announced it, we gathered, and you guys showed up.
Me apologize about the priest. Me hope he's not a friend of yours.
Who, the priest?
Yeah.
Oh, he was probably more of a importance to Dende, our resident priest in training. But he was quite old. He was like 700 years old. He was going to die anyway at some point.
Tiefling live up
He's
to
very old for a
7.
tiefling.
Oh,
Tieflings usually don't live that long. At least out here in the deserts. Lots of big creatures that burrow in the ground.
Oh, sounds like one can have fun.
If by fun you mean being eaten alive.
Doesn't sound so bad.
Igor again begins to munch on everything that's in front of him. So there's Rosegarden Kingdom. Big place.
Thora kind of looks to both Valens and Kahir because he's never been there before, so he doesn't really know how to answer that question.
Yeah. A big place. Lots of people.
Very large.
It's huge, Valence. Compared to all the towns and cities that you guys have been to, including the village city, the gnomish village, the old tree. It's maybe not even a fourth of Rosegarden Kingdom. Rosegarden is huge.
It'll definitely be an experience for everyone. We've been out in the wilds and in small cities. Once we get there, it's going to be very important to maintain sticking together, or at least grouping in pairs. It is very easy to get lost in the city.
Are you somewhat of a first sword of them? I see the sigils and things on your armor.
I'm a general. Similar.
You must be
I'm
strong.
I can carry my own.
Yeah, the only
But-
pain in the ass is you have those people following you that don't necessarily listen to orders, and you gotta whip them into shape. You know how it goes.
Yeah, well, militarily, we have a little more discipline amongst our people than most. Along with the following of the faith, you don't find many who don't follow within the mindset.
Glad to hear.
Yeah, looking forward to being amongst a civil life. I've been in the field far too long.
I look at oh shoot. I look at Lena and then just randomly ask, so do all tiefling blood boiling hot?
I don't know. Does all elves have pointy ears?
I think they do.
Then I think you're right. I think all the tiefling blood is very hot.
That's scary. You know? It's like boiling
Can I
hot.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can you do magic?
I can, sorta. But these people, they don't like my magic.
Why not? I could do magic.
Oh,
It's not
show
that
me.
we
show
don't
me.
like your magic. It's just you don't aim your magic very well.
She turns her hand in
real.
a circular motion, and a flower begins to bloom from her hand.
Dad says I'm gifted,
And
but I could just make illusions. It's not real. See? Touch it.
oh. And then I raise my hand up, and then I also make a flower just like her with my minor illusion.
So yeah.
Hey,
See, I
hey.
knew you could do it. I could feel it. You could do magic too. You
Yeah.
all can.
You're really good though.
She runs back to her room again and sits down in her chair.
Well, what time is it right now?
Probably late evening. Looking out the window, you can see the sun beginning to come down to the north.
I don't know. Look at your watch.
Well, oh yeah, I forgot I have a watch. I have
looking
a
at your
watch.
watch?
Yeah. What time
At the
is
top right hand corner of your watch, it says Niflheim, and in comment it reads 7:30.
it? Oh.
7:30. Evening,
Which,
PM.
would you look at it? Oh, it also showed me the location. That's cool. Huh.
You hear is leaning up against the furnace, probably getting dry from his bath.
Yep. Just kind of props his weapons up behind him and leans back on the wall. Kind of just snuggles up to the furnace.
Ah, that was good. Don't worry about the dishes, boys. Lena will take care of them. Oh, I think it's time for a nap or a bed. Today
Oh,
was
no,
a long day.
I got it. And then I cast prestidigitation and just wash the dishes. There
There's
you
still
go.
a bunch of dishes now on the table.
Well, I'm keep
Oh.
doing it.
Oh,
Every 6
don't have
seconds,
to
a dish
do
clean.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. I got it. Don't worry about it.
it's not often we have company, so Lena likes to do things.
Ah, you're working too hard.
Oh, can't you tell she's excited you're all here? She comes running back out again. She hands you a drawing, Orpheus.
Oh, thank
There's
you.
a stick figure with a arm up and a flower coming out of it. And on the other hand, there's a dagger pointing downwards.
That's you.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you're an elf, but you could tell there's pointed ears in the picture.
I'm not elf. But thank you.
You kind of look like one though.
Ah,
She
people
begins
say
collecting
that.
the dishes.
Mr. Elf,
She pulls on your cloak, Traherne.
Mm-hmm.
did you want to save the rest?
Yeah, I will.
He's pointing at the pot with the sauce in it.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Okay, I'll leave it there.
And she begins putting away the dishes.
I'm gonna put the lid back on my thing and put it in my bag.
Spindle goes up to the corner and begins to spin a web to sleep on.
Well, Spindle already sleeping.
Hard work following you guys, he says in Traherne's mind. You guys literally went from plane of death all the way over here. You know how long it took me to follow you?
We have been on the move. So where will you be going
Yeah,
when
man.
we leave here? Talking to Smindel.
Well, I'm gonna have to transport back over to Treya and then try and find a ride over to. No, that's not gonna work. I'll find a way. You could always summon me. The ring actually summons me,
Yeah.
but you never call.
Who knows? Maybe we'll find a goblin at the tournament. And
Spindle hops back down, runs up to you right in your face. Better summon me. Runs
I
back
will.
over to the corner.
You'll have to enter the tournament, though.
And get no response from that comment.
You never take my calls.
I love you,
never
and I
ride.
miss you. Ah!
Well, it was nice meeting you all. If I don't see you in the morning, good luck on your adventuring things.
Thank you,
Thank
little
you,
one.
Miss Lena. Have a good night.
As Igor watches Lena go into her room for the final rest at night, pops open one of the barrels in the corner up under Spindle, and grabs a couple of mugs and a very large brown jug. On the label, it writes XXX. Walks it over to the table, pops it down. Well, you have a long day. Gotta have a drink. Begins pouring out some drinks. If anyone's interested, pours out about 7 different drinks. Begins drinking.
Oh, would you look at that? Cause he's rushing over fast.
Kahir approach and take a mug. Take a big swig.
Only a Constitution saving throw. This shit's strong. Little nightcap. Yeah, you're fine. You're a big
I want to try.
There's plenty.
I-
Hopefully you're old enough.
I'm older than I look, and I took a jug and take a gulp.
Constitution saving throw. You're quite buzzed enough to go to sleep nicely. However, if you take another drink, you might get a little sick.
Oh, this tastes good, but I'm sleepy now.
Kahir will pat Orpheus on the back. It's just kind of like this, not super hard, but like hard enough that it kind of pushes him a little bit.
And
Yeah.
I fall down the table
Raises
and I
his
sleep.
mug. Says, "That's a good drink."
Orpheus, roll me
Swing back
a perception check. You look down at your shirt, and poking through the shirt is a single chest hair.
Oh, I pluck it out, and then I was like, "Hey, I rolled some hay after drinking that drink," and I pass out on the table.
Range on that one.
He's lightweight.
Igor kicks back on the chair, takes another swig, puts his feet up on the table. Oh, that reminds me. He gets back down, runs over, picks up a sword, comes back out with the sword. Don't even tell you guys about the time, and begins to tell you guys a story. Very long, drawn-out story about how this sword was forged in a volcano. Very boring story. Probably the most boring story you guys have all ever heard. You all can each successfully have a long rest if you like. We're going to take our first break as he's telling you the story.
Yeah.
And I'll see you guys in 5 to 10 minutes. know when you're
Nope.
back.
Now we can. Now we're good.
We're good?
Yep.
All right, so welcome back. After Igor's long and drawn out story about how this sword is forged in the fires of hell, so on and so forth, he finished his last drink and headed to bed, which you guys are now left in the living room to rest or relax or do whatever you want to do. Again, you guys will have the effects of a full long rest after 8 hours. Igor will still be asleep along with Lena. If you guys want to kind of sneak out or flip out inside of the house, it's totally up to you. Last conversation with Igor was that you guys were going to head out very early in the morning, so most likely you won't see him before you guys leave. So you said your goodbyes, thanked him for his hospitality, so on and so forth. So if you guys want to fast forward your long rest, and it's currently probably 6 a.m. Sun's just about to rise. If you guys want to pick up from there.
Works for me.
Yeah. So how are we doing this?
Well, we say we each take our crystal piece and focus on the Rosegarden Kingdom and use our slip to see where it takes us.
We really should sit next to each other, right?
I think we should all be in the close proximity, yeah, but I don't think we have to touch each other anymore now that we each have a piece of the crystal.
Spindle hops down, sits next to you, Trahern. I'm gonna go make my way back to your sister, and then if you need me, just summon me with the ring. I'll come to your side.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks for coming to remind us about the tournament, Spindle.
I appreciate that, little guy.
There's going to be quite formidable opponents. If you guys are thinking it's going to be easy, it's definitely not. It's not just humans this year. And, well, from what I've heard, from what General Corvus has sent letters about, the humans have powers too now.
Yes. We didn't previously, so I'm not surprised that others now have access to more innate power.
This year will definitely be different. Best
Oh,
of
I'm
luck,
getting
gentlemen.
so much fun. I'm getting excited.
And Spindle jumps and phases out of this plane. In a puff of blue smoke, as he's previously done.
Well, should we get started?
Here takes out his purple piece.
Wait. I never been there before. I was on my way there. I don't know what it looked like. How do we imagine it?
Just focus on the title of Rosegarden Kingdom and Valence. And Crystal should do the rest.
Okay.
Thorin, like, thinking to himself, and then, like, kind of mutters it to everyone else. Well, if each one of our crystals contains a god, maybe it's the gods that are teleporting us, so maybe we don't need to know where we're going, just where we want to go.
You think so?
And then Thorin kind of takes out his crystal and just concentrates on the Rosegarden Kingdom, or the reference of Rosegarden Kingdom.
Orange crystal, the red one, begins to glow. First out of each of yours. Kihir, you say you took yours out as well. Yours begins to glow next.
I'll take mine out.
Orpheus, yours begins to glow.
I pull mine out as well.
Your blue crystal begins to glow Valence. And Trahern, you're taking yours out as well.
I read a book about this once as I pull out my crystal. Have you guys ever heard of Captain Planet?
What?
The green
That's
crystal
not-
in Trahern's hand begins to glow as well.
You never heard of it?
And with your powers combined, you guys all begin to concentrate on the crystals. About 5 to 10 minutes passes before you guys begin your normal phasing. You're shifting out of your own bodies. Again, astral project of yourselves, looking down, coming back to your bodies, and then almost getting slingshotted into the other worlds. Again, it feels nice compared to your last flip that you guys had, where you were in the abyssal plane and you guys literally went on fire to transport. This feels much better. Almost like a cool breeze comes across each of you as you flip or slip into the other world. And welcome to chapter 12, gentlemen, titled Rosegarden Kingdom.
Hey,
Wow.
Oh, I got something for the stream.
As you guys are landing, you begin to hear the noises and bustling of people. The sun is bright above you. The air is cool but crisp. It is midsummer. However, you all are almost immediately amazed by how many people are around, to how crazy things are moving, how big the buildings are, how many buildings there are. You can't see a single thing past some of these buildings. Other ones are quite small and nice, like gardens all around. I mean, it's titled Rosegarden Kingdom for a reason. I'm going to give you guys a map. You guys will be able to use this map to move around. There is a legend at the top right of this map as well. However, half of Rosegarden Kingdom has been destroyed. This was something that General Corvus, or now Commander Corvus, had mentioned to you guys, that Rosegarden Kingdom was attacked by a dragon and a vampire riding on top of it, or a demonic creature riding on top of it, which I think some of you already know that this was Ulrich. I think you guys have all suspected it at this point. So I'll
Especially
give you
after
guys the
coming
map.
face to face with him.
You guys do arrive. The biggest building in front of you, Valence will recognize immediately as the headquarters for Ebon Rose Legion. Behind you, there is a tall-looking building with nice columns. If you look at the legend, it tells you this is the Garden City Library. For anything on the legend, you can assume that Valence has told you, oh, that's the library. That's, my Legion's headquarters. Over there is the Citadel, so on and so forth. If you guys are looking to go anywhere or have any questions in regards to the Rose Garden, Valence, if you're cool with that. Otherwise, if you want to roleplay it, you can.
Sorry, I missed that. I was reading a text from my girlfriend.
You guys are in Rose Garden, so you're
Okay.
the tour guide. However, again, you guys have a map, that is currently on screen of where you guys are in Rose Garden. You can move around the city, or I guess that you can call it a city. It's more of a kingdom, as you so please. However, it is huge. It does take some time to go from point A to point B. However, Valence, where you guys landed, is the Ebon Rose Legion's headquarters in front of you. Behind you is the Garden City Library, which you're quite familiar with as well. But yeah, most
Wow.
predominantly, what's in front of you is the Ebon Rose Legion headquarters. Probably the first stop that you would want to go to report
Yeah,
in.
definitely.
Well, so do you guys have to go register or something for the tournament?
I'm already registered.
Oh. Well,
Should we all register?
yeah. Should we
Pretty
all
sure
register?
you should be able to register for many of the Legion HQs. So if we go ahead and here, you should be able to participate and enter through there.
Valence, you're quite aware that, and did that pop up for you guys? Is my handouts working now?
Nope.
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 Let's see. Can everyone see the Summer Grand Festival Tournament under Chapter 12, the invitation?
Yep.
So this invitation was handed specifically to Valence. Valence, you're aware that you have to have an invite to join the tournament.
Oh.
And be deemed worthy as a challenger. However, now that you're a general, you were granted one additional invite, which I believe you've already put forth Kahir's name
Yes.
to General Corvus, and now Commander Corvus. However, the most fun part about the Summer Grand Melee tournament is the betting. We'll give those rules once you guys get some more information on the tournament itself. But for now, you're in front of the Evan Rose Legion headquarters.
So,
Let's go let them know we're here.
oh, where do we go, Balance?
Well, we can just head up into the Legion Hall. I'd like to check in. It's literally been months since I've been back.
Oh, let's do that then. Huh.
You guys are again entering into the Evan Rose Legion headquarters. A lot of knights here. Very much look like Valance. Valance's armor is standard issue, although it's a little bit shinier and nicer. Just because Valance likes to keep his armor quite nice.
Mine doesn't look like theirs anymore.
It has changed, right? You got the ancient armor,
Yeah.
which is the angelic, but this was the armor that you were originally wearing. So it looks kind of like old Valance, not new Valance.
Wow.
A little bit different though. They have different colors in their helmets for like the feathers, and their sigils aren't as predominant as Valance's was. But as you each enter, the knights halt you at the doors. However, notice Valance quite quickly and step aside, allow you guys to enter in.
Yeah, I'll follow. Oh. Something.
You're still there.
General Valance, is that you?
Oh.
Yes.
A very familiar face appears in front of you, Valance.
I
This is,
unlatch my helmet and pull it off.
Yeah, this is Lieutenant Biggs Levantine. You know him quite well. Probably your right-hand man for a very long time. Has been here forever. Even when you were recruited, he's been here. You guys went to training together, through the notions of becoming a knight together, all that fun stuff. He's like almost like your best friend, army-wise or military-wise. Definitely a trustworthy person. If you have any questions or anything that you want to know of recent things that's happening, definitely Lieutenant Biggs is the person to go to. Especially since you guys are more cordial than most. However, next to him stands a person in very, very gold armor. Again, I have a ton of handouts. Hopefully this one works.
Oh, I whispered to
Rose.
Valance.
Did that one work?
No.
We have to click it.
How about now? Can you guys see it in your Chapter 12 handouts?
Yeah, we see it there.
Lieutenant
Click.
Guy Etch.
Yep.
He looked like from the anime Zodiac thing.
So
He
Valance,
He looks like frickin' Gilgamesh from Fate's Day.
No, he looked like
Mhm.
Zodiac, the old
person
one.
behind Lieutenant Biggs is much taller than you remember. This is General Etch's son, Guy Etch. Now donning some awesome looking golden armor, as all the Golden Rose Legion members do. Seems like he's, grown up.
Looks like you've come a long way, Etch.
Balance. Happy to see you. You've returned home, finally. There's
Yeah.
a lot to talk about. His
Spent
voice
quite
begins
a
to
long-
crack. He's still not fully in his voice, his mature voice.
Yeah, I spent quite a long time out in the Dust Desert. It's good to be home.
Thankfully, you don't have to write a huge report. I think Commander Corvus already filled us in regards to your dealings in both Death's Desert and Niflheim.
Yeah,
It's been a lot going on.
been a very busy set of days. Yeah. How have things been with the Golden Rose?
Well, thankfully, we didn't have too many casualties on our side. We held the main city against the attack. Fortunately, Commander Corvus's Crimson Rose Legion is almost all but wiped out. I believe there's only a handful of members remaining. And of course, the Ebon Rose, the strongest, have stayed true to their name and their respectable command. Ebon Rose defended the remaining city to the north. However, we did lose the entire west side of the wall. We put up a temporary wall in place, and Valence, you'll notice on the map of Rosegarden Kingdom, there is quite a few pieces of it that's destroyed, and you can no
Yeah.
longer visit. For example, the Noble District was totally destroyed. A lot of noblemen and women have died there. The Crimson Roads Legion was the brunt of the attack, which is totally destroyed. And some of the common homes to the northwest is totally destroyed. Again, they've put up almost like a temporary wall, especially with the coming of the tournament. You guys, you're trying to rebuild, but at the same time, you don't want to halt the tournament because the tournament is a huge source of funds for the Rosegarden Kingdom. So both Guy Etch and Lieutenant Biggs kind of fill you in on the city's doings currently. However, they halt when it comes to the actual details of what happened, and they, usher you to go and speak to Commander Corvus, who's currently kind of temporarily taken a round table or a battle table in the Ebon Rose Legion.
I turned to look
North-
over at Orpheus. I'm like,
east?
don't wander off.
So Levantine or Biggs kind of points you in the direction of the round table to the northeast, where usually you would have a map out and you'd be planning your next expeditions and things like that. Kind of point you in that direction to meet with the rest of the elders and the higher ups, the rest of the generals, in regards to what's been going on, and also to talk about the details of the tournament. But he gives you a big arm on the shoulder, greeting again. Good to see you. Kind of, slyly says, we've lost quite a few men, but you're the one I really didn't want to lose. I'm glad you made it home, Valence.
Oh, it's gonna take a lot more than that to take me down. So I think we'll move back to meet with Commander Corvus. Are you heading back as well, Biggs?
I'm not allowed in that meeting, but I do have something to speak to one of your friends about. I believe. Do you have a Traherne traveling with you?
Yeah, he's the lanky one in the back.
Mr. Traherne, do you mind if we speak privately for a few moments? He ushers over to a empty room to the south.
Yep, looks at Theron. Looks back at Traherne and goes, "Ooh, someone in trouble."
I'd be impressed if he
Theron just
managed
laughs.
to get that quickly.
So behind closed doors, Lieutenant Biggs and Traherne are going to speak very privately for a few moments. If you guys want to wander around, you guys are more than welcome to. Valence, you know quite well that anyone that travels with you is welcome to stay here with you, meaning the common ruins to the northwest is basically yours.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to throw stuff there, store stuff, go take a rest, you definitely want to come here. Even during the tournament, if you don't want to stay on the tournament grounds because they're not very well kept, you guys can always return back to the Ebon Rose Legion headquarters and rest here, or drop your weapons, get food, stock up on supplies. So.
I turn back.
So let's see. Traherne, roll me 1d2. We'll see if we're joining you in the conversation or with the party in regards to what's going on. All right, so we're going to join you very quickly for a conversation. Wraith, whatever you're going to say, write it down so you don't forget. Lieutenant Biggs speaks up to you. I apologize for pulling you away from your friends, but I've heard quite a few things about you shape-shifting or being a shapeshifter from General Corvus. Still can't get used to saying Commander Corvus, but from Tom Corvus himself, I too am able to shapeshift, but only into one specific type of creature. However, General Corvus suggested that I share some of my blood with you. You're muted,
Your blood.
Draco. See, I am a specific type of shapeshifter. It was not by choice, and I can't transform on my own. But I'm what they would call a lycanthrope. I think that's what they're referred to in ancient times. I shapeshift into a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
However, Commander Corvus believes that with your powers, you should be able to control the shift and become a werewolf yourself. And you'll maybe need that power for the foreseeable future. Although he suggested I join your party when you possibly head north to Death's Desert to take on the vampire living there.
So you're telling me that if I drink your blood, I can shapeshift into a werewolf?
Well, no, I didn't say you have to drink it.
Well, what do I do with it?
Well, you're the druid. He told me. He said to give it to you. I think you're some type of potions master. Maybe you can make a potion out of it to allow yourself to transform.
Maybe. I'd have to look into it. I'm a druid, not a necromancer.
Maybe if you drink it, I don't know. I'm new to this. I've only been a werewolf for seven moons so far.
Well, how are you going to give me your blood?
He takes out a small knife. Do you have a vial?
Yes, I do. And I reach into my bag, and then I see like all my stuff in there, and I'm just like, wait. How about before we share your blood, I share with you the best marinara you've ever had? It's literally out of this world.
And at that point, we're going to go back to the group. As you guys begin drinking some of this marinara sauce. Valance, Guy looks over to you. I believe you were going to say something, Wraith.
I think we'll go drop our things off, and then did you all want to join me for speaking with Commander Corvus? I'm not even certain if you're all permitted.
Yeah, your friends can go. Our lieutenants, myself and Biggs, aren't. Usually don't get involved with that kind of stuff. Also, my dad's already in there, so he'll probably tell me everything later anyway.
Very good. One thing I would like, can we make sure that the various guard around the facility are aware that this one likes to get into trouble, and I point at Orpheus, and to not let him do anything he shouldn't be allowed to do?
Me?
Did you forget that Biggs lives here too? Biggs is the same way.
Me?
Kind of nudges your shoulder. He's always causing pranks and doing stupid shit.
I'm not.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Hey,
don't
that
worry.
mean.
We've seen a lot of strange things lately, Valance. I'm sure a human... Well, he's about my age, right? Hey, what's your name? He yells towards you, Orpheus.
The name is Office. You didn't have to yell.
You have a last name?
Muzan?
That name sounds familiar. Anyway, I'm Guy. Nice to meet you. Maybe we'll share a drink later.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Kahir looks away from the Rose Knight at the mention of a drink, and he just kind of pipes up, "Careful, he has weak constitution."
Well,
Guy kind of winks at you, Valance. And looks back at
Hey.
Orpheus.
Yes, well.
I want to do an inside check to do this.
Yeah, go for it. Seems like Guy's interested in you, Orpheus.
Okay.
He actually is interested in you. He doesn't seem like he's being shady or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna step to walk past guy. I'm gonna slap him on the shoulder a few times, be like, "You're not ready for that one." Just keep and then start walking away.
Huh.
Go drop him
So yeah,
off.
I know that there's like doors and stuff in here. You guys can literally just walk through walls. This is a huge place.
Whoop.
If you guys want to fast travel through or around the Emerald Legion, I kind of made this map a little bit too big, but there's a lot of things going on here. Back to Traherne.
Oh my god.
Yeah, not bad. Where did you get this? The spices in them taste different.
I can't tell you that. It's a secret. A cook never reveals his
Appreciate the good
spices.
sauce. I mean, everyone loves a good sauce. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
Let me share a
Lord.
handout with you guys.
Is everyone in here gay?
I just
Spindle.
shared a handout of Lieutenant Biggs.
Spindle
what he
pops
looks like.
out and shoots a web.
You posted that? Oh.
And also what the Evan Rose
I don't have that.
guards
handout.
kind of look like.
You have to click it right here, and then click it. It's something wrong with his thing.
Oh, hey, the Evan
Oh,
Rose.
Evan Row pop
Popped
up, but
up.
not the other one. Oh, it just pop up again. Okay, cool. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
There
there's
goes Guy.
Okay.
So yeah, back to being a werewolf. How do you adjust to shape shifting? Does your clothes fall off, or it's so annoying? I have to put all my armor back on. Everything just falls off me. Thankfully, nothing breaks.
That's why you wear elastic pants. Mine comes right
Makes
back.
sense. Makes sense. I should look into that. Anyway, so yeah, vial. I'll draw some blood.
Yep.
You could do whatever you gotta do with it, but it's apparent that they need a werewolf or something in the near future after the tournament. I don't know. The details are hazy. They didn't really tell me much, but they want to use my powers or something. I think I'll be joining you in the journey after the tournament, at least for a short time.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to look into what to do with this blood because I can't drink it.
I mean, you could. I didn't say it was wrong thing, but
Yeah, but I'm
I
vegan.
just want to make sure you know I'm not a vampire. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to make you become a vampire or something.
Right, but your blood's not vegan. That's the problem.
Well, I'm not dead, and it's not like you're killing me. I'm eating my flesh. I'm trying to, help the cause. Anyway, just take some blood. He begins to cut a small slit on his wrist.
And I just
Holds it out
kind
for
of
you.
yeah, I let it drip in the vial.
Well, let's head back. I don't want them thinking that we're doing weird stuff back here.
No,
But if you need anything, reach out to me. Let me know.
If you're not
It
doing
was
great,
it was nice exchanging fluids with you.
Oh, jeez. I'm taking my leave now. Hey, Edge. You want to spar again? Edge kind of just shrugs his shoulders and draws his sword. The two begin to go at it with each other as Orpheus probably looks on with wonder and probably gets itchy and brings out his knife and maybe to join in. I don't know what you're doing, Orpheus. What are you doing?
I work on this guy myself into big, but he came out.
Guys at the northwest, what are you guys up to? Dropping some items down, taking a survey of what's available to you guys. There is a whole bunch of food on the table, all different types of food. Probably, the last meal that was served was maybe 15-20 minutes ago, so maybe a little bit cold, but not too bad. All
After
different
eyeing the
fruits,
lizard
vegetables.
before, there is definitely eyeing the food that's on the table and think it's a lot more appetizing than the dinner he ate last night.
Yeah, this is probably breakfast. There's a lot of fruits, vegetables, some breads, butters, toast. Doesn't look like there's like eggs or bacon or anything at the moment. But some breakfast-ish foods on the table.
I don't see no meat, but you got some lizard from last night left. You want some of that too? I fry it up for you.
No, I'm good. I just proceed to like pick up a couple like slices of the bread and just stuff in my face with the bread. I'm more of a carb guy. Have you tried elven bread?
Us.
Save it.
Can't say that I have.
Yeah, when we get to Nocturne, remind me to get you some elven bread. One little piece, it'll fill you right up.
Ah, believe it when I see it. Or eat it.
Traherne, Biggs kind of walks over to you. I think they're ready for you in the meeting room to the northeast. If you want to go get your party.
Okay.
Guy is literally standing next to Orpheus, just kind of trying to find any reason to have a conversation with you, Orpheus.
Oh,
Kind of looking at you.
hey. What's up?
I noticed you don't wear armor.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting away.
That's very true. You need to be dexterous in the field of battle.
Yeah. But,
You have a
other
nice
people-
dagger there.
Yeah, it's my mom.
Is your mom's? My father was forged by my father as well. Or my sword was forged by my father as well.
Yeah, you want to see something cool?
Okay.
I take out my dagger and I said, I want to drink your blood. And I activate my dagger to make him forget that 10 seconds.
Yeah, he looked quite puzzled, but also looked intrigued at the mention of drinking his blood. Kind of, you don't know if he was turned on or weirdly curious about what you were saying. And then his face changed again. I noticed you don't wear any armor.
Huh. I see, it still work.
What does?
Nothing. I just did some spell on you and you didn't even know about it.
You can't put a spell on me.
I'm just kidding. This didn't happen. But,
Traherne, as you walk up, he winks to you.
Who winks to me?
Lieutenant Guy Etch.
I try to wink back, but I can't wink, so I ended up just blinking at him with like both eyes.
it's not that guy. He's some elf. Yeah.
Hey, Orpheus.
Yeah?
I think they're ready for us up here. You want to go?
They don't need me.
I think we do. We should stick together.
Well,
Just keep walking.
okay. Well, Guy, I'll see you in a bit. Are you gonna be in the tournament?
There's a knock on the door. You can hear Thorin and Balance.
Yes?
I think they're ready for you guys. You hear the voice of Biggs through the door.
Oh, excellent. I start moving. I push the door open. I've got most of my gear set aside. I'm just wearing my armor and have my weapon on me.
Okay.
Yeah, because Kier sits his bag on the edge of the bed and just is got his pouch of coin and his weapons, both the great sword and the glaive on his bag.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can all head to the room to the north east at my ping. Zoom out if it's too far away to see. If you want to just zoom your characters over, you can fit in any space in that room. Doesn't matter where you are.
Oh.
It's fine.
Thank you. Girlfriend brought me food.
Nice. Enjoy. We'll RP that you took some food from the room with you, since you didn't really enjoy the lizard. Everyone else heading over to the northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just let me know if you guys are doing anything outside of that. What would you say, Zep?
I said Thurin doesn't like Kahir's meat.
No,
Ow.
I don't.
They put my box of panda in the bag sideways.
Morpheus,
Let me
you
do that.
staying out or you going into the room?
I guess I was asking guy if he join the gonna be in the tournament.
Will you cheer for me? Yeah, I'll be in the tournament.
Yeah, I'll be there. But I think I gotta go, so I'll see ya. I will
See you later,
then.
man.
I whispered to Thorin as like, I think I just make some friends.
Or like just is dead quiet, like ignores him,
Morpheus being
and
a
is
front.
thinking to himself like, "Oh God."
Hey,
Of course, the first person to speak as you all enter is Commander Corvus. He greets each of you. The keepers have finally come. Welcome, everyone. And welcome home, Valance. It's good
Thank
to
you.
see you. There's a lot of things at hand that we should be discussing, but we were in the middle of discussing... Well, talk about the tournament after this, but we were in the middle of discussing Death's Desert. As Valance, you're quite aware, some formidable creatures have been coming from Death's Desert since, well, months ago now. However, the dragon and the creature riding on top of it that destroyed half of our city was last seen flying towards the volcano in Death's Desert. From our research and what we know, we want to send a party after it to destroy it once and for all, so that it doesn't, torture and torment the rest of our lands, and hopefully put a stop to it before it destroys anything else. I hate to ask the keepers, as I know you all have a task already at hand. However, I think the two may coincide, as one of the things that you need, I believe this particular creature has. If you all want to remember your list or pull it back out, there was something that you needed from an ancient being, I believe. Some fang or tooth or something.
Yeah, there was.
Of a
it
vampire or
was
something,
the
right?
fang of an ancient undead.
Yeah.
So it seems like this is what General or Commander Corvus is referring to. However, he again speaks back up, but we can talk about that at another time. Although there is one more important task before we talk about the tournament, and before we undertake that particular expedition to the north. We don't know how to kill a creature like him, the one that attacked.
Oh, I know. I hold my hand up with the ring.
Well, he's not a god.
Yes, but this strips things to mortality. Not just gods. At least that was my understanding of it.
It's possible, but I think we need to do some more research. I have a strong
In the
inkling.
experience, if you remove something's head, it stops being alive.
Agreed. From the research that I've done on ancient creatures and ancient beings of undead nature, one strikes out to seem to be very similar, and I think we've all been thinking about it, but vampire. We know that there's strong bloodlines within vampires and things in the nature that allow creatures to die and resurrect without actually decaying. I believe that this creature is one of those. And this is for your ears only. Please do not share. But one of our own is actually another mythical creature called a lycanthrope, or a werewolf in layman's terms. I've asked that particular person to share their powers with one of you, the shapeshifter, so that if we need a second option to destroy this vampire, I believe the bite of a werewolf will also render it incapacitated, at least for a short time. But again, this is all myths and legends that I'm going off of. trying to take all precautions and options available to us. My one suggestion is that you all also do your own research. We do have vast libraries here, and it's, taken quite some time to research what I could find. Maybe you all can take a shot at some research in our libraries. We have a very large one just directly north of here, west. Again, Valence, you're quite aware of the Garden City Library that's literally like across the street.
Yep.
So, in your spare time, maybe as you guys are restocking on supplies and exploring our kingdom, maybe take some time, head to the library, see what you can find on ancient creatures and myths, specifically referring to undead, immortal creatures.
I'll definitely make some time for that.
Well, now on to the more fun stuff. The tournament. So tickets to attend the tournament are 5 gold pieces each. And there's no exceptions. Doesn't matter if you're a guard, a king, or anyone. You have to pay 5 gold pieces in order to get into the tournament. You only have to pay once. So for each day of the tournament, you get a ticket. The earnings are divided among the participants and all those working in the tournament grounds. There's no free tickets, no exceptions, so on. The more fun part, bets can be placed on each match. Once brackets are announced, you may place a bet within the tournament booth banker. Prior to the beginning of the match, people may bet on a winner. Bets are paid out either 2-1 or 1-2 odds based on the initial assessment of each fighter. No participants can bet, meaning Kahir, Valence, you are barred from betting on yourselves or others. However, you have a party. If you want to share your gold and ask your party members to bet, it's not necessarily against the rules. Just don't tell anyone. And also, please bet responsibly. The odds are determined ahead of time and are non-negotiable. So if someone's a 2-1 or a 1-2, you can't argue, hey, it should be paid out 2-1. So for example, if you bet 50 gold on 1-2 odds, you'll get 75 gold if you win. On 2-1 odds, you'll get 100 gold on 50 gold. Does anyone have any questions?
Nope.
The max bet per match is 200 gold. All that information's in the chat. There are 2 remaining sponsors. Here, you need a sponsor. Before you're presented in front of the Rosegarden Kingdom at the tournament grounds, you'll have a chance to meet with both the Kingdom of Lothan and the Kingdom of Killahem. However, I believe you already have a liking to the Kingdom of Killahem, whose lands reach out as far as Bayville and its people. Also, they're more likable. They're more moral people versus Lothan Kingdom, who I think you've also ran into one of their people in Niflheim in the jail cells.
Yes. The man who wet himself.
So you'll meet both kings, actually. So I know you already are always on your best behavior, but especially when you're meeting the kings from the human worlds.
Of course.
Valence. The participants list and the brackets have already been announced. We're just waiting on the announcer to come. He's supposed to give us our brackets and who's actually attending. I did invite quite a few people from Niflheim this year. And there's a reason behind it. I don't know if anyone's told you, but we're trying to foster friendship among humans and fey creatures, rather than the hatred that's already been brewing between the humans and the inhabitants of Niflheim. So that's what this tournament's goal is. We want to try and foster friendship, not hatred.
Wise to try to undo what the Kingdom of Lothan has already attempted.
Say that again?
It is wise to undo what the Kingdom of Lothan has already befallen. the Terra's namesake.
Agreed. You know, being a person of both worlds, I've seen the good and the bad of both worlds, and I think we can learn a lot from each other. Which is why this has been my goal. I've been recruiting all across Niflheim in my spare time, outside of Sinella's work. With that being said, as General Corvus is speaking to you, Kahir, about, you know, both worlds and fostering friendship, there was a strange commotion at the front entrance. As a person barges through the front door, the Ebonrose Knights begin to stop him and then move aside, and comes rushing through and jumps into the room. Let's see, do I have a handout for this guy? Do. Let's see if this works. Did that work?
It didn't pop up, but added into.
No.
Let me move up. Let's try that. So weird. Let me just add it to your guys' thing.
It's in there, but it didn't pop up.
So this person's name is Tenorendus Firugo. However, he says, please call me Ted for short. I'm the host, the announcer, the referee for the tournament. Very obviously, the first thoughts for anyone from Niflheim is that this is a tiefling. And now that Kahir and Balance have met tieflings, you guys are very much aware that this is a tiefling. However, he's got some instruments on his back, a crossbow at his side, a lute at his side. Maybe he's a bard. I don't know. Seems like an entertainer of sorts. As he, introduced himself, I'm Ted, the entertainer or the announcer. I'll be the official referee and the announcer for the tournament. I have the bracket and the list of participants. However, I need to confirm that 2 of the participants are here. I'm looking for a Kahir of Pertania and a Valance of Ebonrose.
I be Kahir.
Okay. Thank you for checking in. You both have fully been registered with the tournament, so everything is all set. I'll hand you a copy of the tournament bracket and the participants list. However, I also do have to go over the rules. So I'm not actually going to go over them. I'm going to paste them in the chat because there's a lot of talking here. If you guys have any questions, I'll give you a few minutes to read through them. And then I'm going to share. Let me know when you guys are done. I'll share the bracket and the list of participants.
While you do that, I wanted to check if I know anything about a lichen. How do I check that?
Orpheus, roll me a history check. Out of all people you may possibly know. Yes, you do. You know that werewolves or lycanthrope are almost like arch enemies of vampires. And you know one more fact, which I will PM you.
They're hairy.
You got that?
Yeah. Oh.
All right, so in short, the tournament is single elimination. There's usually 16 participants, but because there's 2 champions this year, there's only 14 participants, including the champions, because the champions get a bye for the first round, meaning they don't have to partake in the first round because they were champion last year. They will still have to go through the rest of second round, third round, semifinals, finals. but Tom Corvus and the Dragonborn King won't have to fight in the first round. Everyone else will. It's single elimination. The arena will change. So there's different types of arenas based on and we'll do it in-game dice roll to determine what type of arena is going to be presented during the round. Based on the arena, usually the rules are simple. It's 1v1, melee tournament, no ranged spells, no ranged weapons. However, spells to adjust your weapon or smite, things like that, things that are melee intended are allowed, and self-healing is also allowed. You can declare 1 or 2 weapons. Anything outside of your declared weapons you cannot use. You're allowed 1 potion. So try and find the greatest healer potion you can find or something that will help you. Other than that, you're not allowed anything else. Any special abilities, any special trinkets that you have, you can use. So here you can use like Ocean Surge for your special ability. Balance, you have your initiative abilities, things like that. You can use all those things as long as they're worn like armor or a necklace like a trinket, ring. It's fine. As long as it's not something ranged. The objective, again, is a 1v1 unless the arena tells you otherwise. Again, the announcer says, if the arena is set up for something other than a 1v1, you will follow my instructions at that time. So, for example, if a monster pops up in the middle, or a couple monsters, and the first person to slay the most was the winner, he'll let you know what the rules are at that time.
All right.
Should a participant break any of the rules, they'll be warned and or disqualified. This is a contest of might and honor. Participants this year will be both from the human world and the Fey world to help foster friendship between the worlds and to prove to the Fey world that humans can be honorable as well. Let's make our homelands proud. And he runs out of the room. Seems like he's quite busy at the moment. Didn't stick around for any questions.
Huh.
All
So,
right.
do you guys need to go shopping to prepare for your fight?
I don't know. I think I'm pretty all right.
Well, let's see. Let's go to the checklist. Do you have 2 weapons?
I do, but I'm probably only going to use the one.
Well, do you need to upgrade your armor?
No. Armor's
Oh.
all right.
The participants list is sitting on the table as well. I also shared it in a handout. This may be important.
That's
Radix, you want to read the participants
Yes.
list for everyone?
Yes, I would, because I see a name on there of someone that interests me. So it is going to be Valens, the General Valens, Caligus Dragoon, Kahir, Guy Etch, Brielle Levy, Uranov, Jin Johan, Tyrion Hellshout, Finn Kalim, Torbold Adam, Runar Acadia, Thrander Hoff, Goto, Draco Roar, and Tom Corvus.
Turbo? Captain Turbo? He's here?
There is quite a few names on here that should ring a bell to you guys. Obviously, Valence and Kahir, Guy Etch, who you guys just met. Brielle Levy is in the room with you guys, and Corvus hasn't mentioned her yet, but he will. Uranoth of Assaul, which is to the north of, is to the north of Terra, which is almost like another tribe area here, something like Britannia, but to the north. Jin Johan is of Toothjar, which is the jungles. Makes sense that there's a monk that lives within those jungles. Hyran Hellshout is the representative of Lothan, which is the evil kingdom. He is a Warforged Fist. Finn Killahem is the prince of the king of Killahem. Again, Kahir, you like the Killahan Kingdom, you don't like the other one, Lotham. Torbold Anand is the same Torbold that you guys have all met, Captain Torbold from the Elder Gnomes. The guy with the cool looking sword that came when you guys were fighting the golem. He's the defender of the gnomes from Niflheim. Runar Arcadia should be another name, at least the last name that rings out to you guys, of Aslogard. He is a son of a bitch and an axe-wielding menace. Again, Radix, you already mentioned this name. The Pointed Gear Longblader from Niflheim, from Nocturne. And then finally, Goto, the Goliath from Mount Driften, the Fist of the Mountain, from Niflheim, which is part of the western part of Niflheim, just above where you guys were in the deserts, is Mount Driften, and this is a Goliath that lives there. Finally, Draco Rar, which is the king that you guys were talking about from the champion from Nocturne tournament, and then Tom Corvus. And next is the brackets. So you guys will know who you're fighting starting in 2 days.
Oh man, I'm fighting the Goliath off the bat.
Thurin is like looking at the list and looking at Valence and looking at the list
I'm
and looking at Valence.
Fighting the Nocturne.
And Thurin turns to Valence and say, "I will give you 400 gold for his head in beer murder."
Whoa! Wait a
Corvus
minute.
speaks up.
That's not very
Figured you'd
honorable.
say something like that. This tournament does not bar death. It's discouraged, but it's not barred.
Wait,
Should you
wait.
feel the need or could have to kill someone, again, it's not banned necessarily.
You see Arthur is like so surprised because like never seen Thorin act like that. I was like, whoa, what was that all about?
Let's
That
just
is
say,
definitely the name that you've been looking for, Thorin.
mm-hmm.
The exact name, actually, the one who was on the wanted posters, the one that you and your family was going after, trying to find, presumably that one that's kidnapped your sister.
Yep. Let's just say that this person and his family have been running a menace in Nocturne, and the entire royal family of the Nocturnes are looking for him and his family for many crimes in the Elvish Kingdom.
Oh, no wonder why. I get it.
I see. Didn't realize that you guys had such problems you couldn't handle.
Well, why
Orpheus.
now? Yes.
I need 2 checks from you.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
1, I need a perception check, and 2, I need a wisdom check. You actually passed your perception, but you failed your wisdom. On your perception check, you notice or you feel a gaze at you. You look and you see Brielle Levy's eyes glowing red, looking directly at you. However, in your mind and in your throat, you feel a burning. Like the time when Ulrich poured the hot blood down your throat. And you hear a sound in your mind as you're rearing in pain for a moment. Sanguine one. Seems to be another sanguine one here. But there can only be one. And the feeling passes, the voice subsides. As it looks like she shakes her head as well, as if she heard the same thing.
I point at her and I ask, who's that person over there?
Oh, this is Brielle Levy, the only survivor of the Crimson Rose besides myself. Our legion's been wiped out, Valance, if you haven't heard. Brielle and myself are the only ones remaining, so she'll be the representative besides myself for the tournament. She is quite formidable. She took on the dragon herself while I was fighting with that demon. There's a reason why they call her the Wicked Eyes.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, I look
Yeah, you're
forward to the challenge. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, Kahir just kind of cocks his head over at Brielle and smiles, and he goes, "Me can't wait to test the might of everyone here."
Me, same. It's very nice to meet you, Pertanian tribesmen. I hope to do the honor of battling you in the second round.
Likewise.
I think that's how it's set up, right? Let me check I did it at random with the tournament bracket. Let me see.
They both.
Yeah, so so Valance, if you win and Brielle wins, then you guys will fight in the second round.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll fight in the finals, Pertanian tribesmen.
There's many a name on that side of the bracket that I would be honored to fight in the end.
Very
I don't
quickly,
even, hide my laugh either.
Here, you could see to her side, she has a very ornate and nice-looking rapier. Red jewels all around it, but pretty plain-looking. Some golds, some silvers. But seems like she's probably formidable. Show you guys a handout of what she looks like. So this is a rough drawing of her, and then I'll show you guys a second one of what Orpheus just witnessed, at least in his mind. Let me know if this one pops out for you guys. No?
No.
Alright,
Nope.
so you should see Brielle Levy on your handouts now. There should be two of them. I'm going to share the second one now. You guys able to find it in your handouts?
At least, yeah.
First one. Oh, there's the second
Yep,
one.
just
and that
popped
one
up.
popped up.
Well, that's what you saw, Orpheus.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like a red mage from Final Fantasy. This is the best way to put it.
She also looked like me.
A little bit. You get a strange chill down your back, here, like you know this person, but you don't. As Orpheus maybe kind of cocks his head at her.
You just kind of, Kahir just kind of looks at between Orpheus and her, cocking his head both ways. And
Well,
there's something familiar here.
at this
You
point, you
can't put
see
my finger
Orpheus.
on it.
Yeah. At this point, you see Orpheus look really uncomfortable, but like I tried to take my eye off of her, but then also at the same time, I'm keep like staring at her.
The High Priest Sacrados finally speaks up. I see everyone is gathered. You all know your tasks. We'll speak more after the tournament. Valance, I believe High Priestess Saria is looking to speak with you at some point, but don't take too long. Her and I have matters to attend to with the kings now in Rosegarden Kingdom. I'll take my leave. As he brushes past you guys, gives a nod to everyone. Again, he's kind of a prick. You never really liked him, but you respected his authority, at least while you had to.
Yeah.
You were more akin with Saria, who is more gentle and easygoing. Amanda Corvus speaks up one final time. For those of you that haven't met General Mathis Etch, this is Guy's father. one of my trusted and most loyal of all the generals. Well, can't say that with Valance being a general now, but one of. If you guys have any questions about the city or its guard, if you have any troubles within the city, he's the man to seek. For those of you that aren't aware, the Golden Rose takes care of the center portion of the city. So any troubles within the city walls is they're like kind of like the police of this particular place. The Ebon Rose are dealings with the outside, specifically most recently to the Death's Desert, and the Crimson Rose is more of the special legion designed to tasks that are outside the norm. General Mathis speaks up to everyone. It's very, very good to meet each of you. I look to a good tournament with you all. And my son. Please look after him. This is his first tournament. Make sure he doesn't die. He's strong, but he's a little naive. Looks to you, Valance. Look after Guy for me during the tournament.
I'll attempt to. I mean, I can't interfere with other people's fights.
No, but, make sure he doesn't get cold feet and chicken out.
Ah, you're worried about him becoming a chicken shit.
Well, this tournament's all about honor. Win or lose doesn't matter, as long as you put on a brave face and put your sword to the test.
Well, let's see how he does.
Again, Commander Corvus speaks up to everyone, and Brielle Levy kind of just leans up against the wall. You all are free to do what you would like. Consider this place your home for now. Anytime you need to find a place to rest, these doors will be open for each of you. He hands you all a patch that if you wanted to, you can put on your armor or just, put in your pocket, which gains entry into the Ebon Rose. It's literally the same patch that Valance wears on his armor. It's the Ebon Rose. It's a black rose kind of patch. Valance, if you want to describe it further, you can, what it looks like. Otherwise, it's, kind of like a black rose looking thing.
Black rose.
With a sword behind it, with face down.
Alright.
Wait,
So,
yeah.
go ahead. Do you have all the stuff for the tournament?
Me would like to visit the shop. Me have an idea of something we want, but otherwise me good.
I'll go with you. Also, I think you guys need some potion, right?
Yeah, speaking of that, Commander Corvus speaks up again. You're allowed one potion for the tournament. However, if you use it during that match, you're going to need another, so you might want to stock up on certain things. Most people won't go for the best healing potion that they could find. They are quite expensive, but sometimes worth it, depending on, how much gold you're looking to win. By the way, there is prizes. Depending on your sponsor, they'll pay you out. Our Ebon Rose Legion, Valance, if you win, there's a hefty sum of 2,500 gold pieces for anyone that wins from the Ebon Rose Legion.
All right. That's good information to know.
Is that a lot of money?
It's a good bit.
If
Huh.
Mr. Kahir, choosing either Lotham or Killahem will net you a good amount of gold and an audience with the king. However, Killahem Kingdom is offering a little bit less gold, but you'll be knighted. And you'll have your own knighting ceremony as well. And you'll also become a champion of Killahem, which you're already a champion of, I believe it was Bayville, correct?
Yes.
So you'll be well known throughout the Killahem Kingdom. Also, I think you'll be happy to know if you do choose the Killahan Kingdom for your sponsor, you'll have Dr. Camille tending to your wounds after your matches.
Oh. What's
She has
your...
traveled to join when she heard that you were participating.
When can we meet the sponsor?
He's traveled across the land. Searching
It'll
far
be
and wide.
tomorrow when you're presented to the crowds.
Here, make sure you look good.
Well, we going shopping then.
To the market.
I'll go with ya.
Balance. Commander Corvus gives you the second piece of the winnings. If you win the tournament, you'll be able to sit on a roundtable discussion that'll take place 1 week after the tournament in regards to the peace treaty and truce with both of the kings and the Rosegarden Kingdom. So this is something you've been waiting for quite some time, to have a truce on the western hemisphere of Terra. That hasn't happened in like hundreds of years. Just with everything that's been going on in the two worlds, and now another world getting involved, it seems like this is the time for it. So if you win, you'll be able to sit in on that meeting as well.
Okay. Us humans got to stick together.
Yeah. Although, you're not too hopeful that it will actually happen, because history, serves or tells you anything. They've been at war for so long, it doesn't
They're
look
gonna
like
mess
any
it all
truce
up
will ever
again.
happen.
Someone always messes it up.
Brielle again walks past you, Orpheus, and you again feel that sensation in your throat. Not as intense, and it seems like she's in discomfort as well as she passes by you and takes her leave as well.
I look at her. I should walk away.
And following her is General Mathis. You guys are free to move around as you like, or ask any questions you would like to Commander Corvus or anyone here. However, let's take a quick break before we continue. I think we have another half hour, so we'll take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll conclude the rest of the session. See you guys at 5.
Wait.
Alrighty.
right, welcome back. All right, once again, the higher ups have all left except for Saria, who is currently down south, who said she wants to see Balance. And then you guys can pretty much be on your way or hang out or do whatever you want to do. Again, the tournament starts in 2 days. Tomorrow is the presentation to the crowd. Again, more specifically for sponsors and for betting and determining odds. So, present yourself in a good manner, or you can have the announcer present you. In if you don't want to say anything or you're shy to speak in front of a crowd, the announcer will present you. So basically, how it's going to go is tomorrow you guys will, for those of you that are participating, and the rest of you guys can buy your tickets tomorrow as well. Balance and Kahir, you'll get to see and meet all the participants because everyone's going to present at the stadium in front of the crowd, and they'll either have someone speak for them or speak about them, and then you guys will be on your way for the day, and then the tournament starts the following day.
So Theron kind of turns to Valens and goes, "Listen, I know you're a man of the faith and a protector of this realm, so I'm sorry if I was out of line when I said I wanted the head of Huff. My only thing is when you get on the field tomorrow to fight, I just request, as a party member of mine, to ask him about the Nocturnes and see what his response is. I'll let your judgment be his guiding faith."
Okay.
Thorin, have you ever shared, what's been going on with the Huffs and why you want them dead and why you've been searching them?
I think in the past, my character, I think I mentioned that his family is the one that kidnapped my sister and my brother, and is who we were searching for, and ended up killing my brother. And then we found Minuet after she escaped from them. But I don't think I've ever I've named the Huffs before, saying that I'm looking for a certain Huff, but I never named which Huff I was looking for.
All right, so Valence, you have that information now. If you didn't before, you have it now for sure.
Yeah.
This was the person that's basically tormented Thorin's family since he's been born. Kidnapped his sisters or his sister. All that fun stuff.
Okay.
And you're fighting him in the first round.
We'll see how the fight goes, and I'll speak with him when I get into the ring with him. But
Since you two are here, I wanna say something about that girl that just walked out, Brielle, right?
Yes, her name is Brielle Levy.
I don't have a good feeling about her. Something seems off. So just be careful with her. She seemed very familiar, but also different.
That's strange coming from someone like you. Commander Corvus speaks back up towards you.
It's strange, isn't it?
Someone who so willingly wants people to, get along with and find, people that accept them for who they are. I would think you would understand. She is directly under me. However, if she does fall out of line, I've always kept a close eye on her. I've noticed some of her powers resemble some of the powers that I've heard about you. But she was one of the people who saved our kingdom. She didn't summon the dragon. She was actually the one who forced it to leave.
Oh, I believe you. I'm just tell them to be careful. But that's my friend,
I don't disagree. all the fighters in this tournament are quite formidable. Some of them have their own agendas.
Well, I'm sure Valence and Kahir have no trouble fighting those people. They're strong.
I have no problems fighting anyone. You know this.
Behind closed doors, as keepers, you all should be quite weary of everything around you. Be careful. There can be things that are at work that we don't even know about. Watch each other's backs out there.
Steps towards Corvus a little bit and just kind of looks at the doors before he speaks, and he speaks very softly. Unusual for Kahir, normally bolstering loud, doesn't really care who hears what, but this time he kind of goes under his breath and he says, I have a favor to ask. I have in my possession a two-handed sword that has significant power, and I need to know if there is a vault or some place supremely secure that it can be during this time in the kingdom. It is something that I cannot let fall into the wrong hands.
You see General or Commander Corvus definitely ponder for a few minutes. No, that's not going to work. I wouldn't say we should leave it here in Terra. Maybe the safest place is a place that you already know or familiar with. The gnomes. The 3 elder gnomes are very, very good at casting wards and protection spells. Things to keep creatures out or things from harm. They may be able to, as you would say, vault your sword. Or not your sword. That sword. If you think
Is there a way to do
it's
so before the
dangerous to
tournament
keep.
starts?
Oh, it's a good question. Maybe we discuss that tonight at dinner.
Understood.
Let me ponder on this. He looks to Thorin and looks to you. I have an idea, but again, we'll talk about it at dinner. I know of a way to do a short trip. Back and forth if need be. How do you think I've got all those people here from the tournament?
I figured that you would be the one to ask for such a trip, seeing as before we were only able to do so every so often.
Yeah, unfortunately, the honorary crystal I had in my possession is shattered. Probably the same time when your crystals were split. I only had a small sliver of it. With Snell's guidance, I was able to slip it freely. But mine is no more. However, I think with the power of Burstinger, which is why I look at Thorin here, I may be able to do it without the crystal. Just how Thorin is able to summon his golem, his ancient golem of Nocturne from anywhere he is. Burstinger has a similar power. That is, if Thorin is comfortable with me borrowing his sword for the night.
I would be. Would you be able to show me that power?
Well, I look to you and Kahir because I'll be taking both of you with me. So yes. But again, it'll be a short
Nah, you can go, but you have to keep your eyes closed.
trip. Very transparent with, everything so far, and I hope you all can see that. Please keep me informed of anything you find, and we'll work together to help these worlds become, well, back to the way they were, or something better, just not destroyed.
Of course.
Take the day. Enjoy the town. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be here, making my own preparations for the tournament.
I thank you, and see you tonight.
He begins cleaning up the table, moving pieces around and ensuring that it's dedicated to memory.
Me go to shop now.
I'll go with you.
I'm interested in heading out and checking some things out.
So, are we all going?
Thorn, Traherne, you guys also heading out?
Yeah.
All right, so
Yep.
I'm gonna leave your character tokens in the rest space in case you guys come back here at night to sleep and such. So I'm gonna move you guys over to the rest space on the top left. But once you're back here, you can move your tokens and such. Just let me know when you want to come back here. So I'm gonna put you guys back on the map of Nocturne. Sorry, of Rosegarden Kingdom. Again, you can freely move wherever you want to, but it does take some time, so be mindful of where you're going, and maybe discuss with the group in case you guys are all heading to the same place, so on and so forth.
So,
Yeah.
Valens, where's Trading
Ah.
District?
Trading district should be. I closed my map. Wait, where's the map?
it's not up here.
We're on it.
Oh, duh.
Yeah,
I'm literally
the
looking at
legend
the
is the
log.
top right, so make sure you zoom out.
Yeah. No, I was looking under chapter 12, Rosegarden Kingdom on the right, trying to find it. I wasn't even looking at the left side.
Wait. Valens,
What?
I've heard in these big cities.
Oh god.
Huh?
Nothing.
What?
He want coffee.
No, I don't want coffee, but that's actually a great idea. I heard in these cities that you guys have these these carts with horses. And you it's a table you sit at and it pulls you and you can pedal too and you can drink beer. And it takes you around the city.
No.
As he says no, there's one literally walking right by. As you guys are talking
Really?
about it. People shouting and drinking and spilling stuff.
Oh, that look fun, Valens. I guess you never been on there, huh?
No.
Valens, you not tell me you had Tavern on Wheels?
I
That's
wasn't
cool.
aware we had Tavern on Wheels.
Oh, thing change.
It goes right by us and I look at the lettering on the side and it says the Thirsty Peddler.
Underneath it, sponsored by Thorn's Tavern.
Thorin, you own a tavern?
Thorn,
Not
not
my
Thorin.
tavern.
Oh, Thorin, okay.
Like thorn, like a rose thorn.
Oh, I thought you said Thorin. That New York
You're in
accent.
Rosegarden Kingdom. Everything's gonna be rose themed.
Oh,
I know your comment is a little rusty, but
alright. So, where's the trading district?
It should be just north of us here. We just follow this road. Oh, haha.
We could have rode the
Head.
trolley, but
And as you guys are passing, there's a huge library to your left, followed by a graveyard behind it. And you guys reach the trading district, which we'll go into next week because you guys are going to take 3 hours just doing trading and stuff. However, the last scene for today, I'll give you guys a glimpse of the tournament grounds and what the arena kind of looks like as we end today's session.
Nice.
Wait, it's in the
Let's
area
go
where
Roman
it got
Coliseum.
attacked.
Yeah, unfortunately, a piece of it did get burnt off and crumbled during the attack, but for the most part, the rest of it is still up and intact.
Hope you're ready for water combat.
Again, tomorrow or next session, but tomorrow in game, you guys will need to present yourselves at the stadium. So if you want to write something ahead of time and have the announcer announce it for you, it's up to you. Otherwise, I can write something for you and put something short, sweet, to the point. Either way, let me know. And yeah, thanks for playing, everyone. We'll see you next session.
Oh, shit.
Sweet.